Well, I want to first off give a kind of quickly blanket thanks to everyone for their patience with how things went last week after Easter. I hope everyone had a fabulous Easter. For me and my wife, it was a really unique Easter season. We were in the hospital all day Easter Sunday and early Monday morning, a week ago, gave birth to our daughter Maisie. And so this past week has been kind of a blur for both of us as we've adapted to living as a family of three and everything that comes with just having a new baby, which is really, really crazy. So getting back into the swing of things now, and I want to just kind of say, and hopefully this is something that I can stick to. I don't want to necessarily just kind of make kind of politically campaign promises that I can't keep, kind of a thing. But on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, our goal will be to have these devotional thoughts live on Instagram and then repurposed on YouTube later. And so there'll be a student thought on Wednesday, so you don't want to miss the student thought. Today, we're going to be looking at a passage out of the book of Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes chapter 7 to be specific. And on this passage of Ecclesiastes 7, it's a quick couple verses 13 through 14. They go like this. It says, "Consider what God has done. Who can straighten what he has made crooked? When times are good, be happy, but when times are bad, consider this. God has made the one as well as the other. Therefore, no one can discover anything about their future." It's a weird passage. It's a little bit, or it's a little brief, but I really liked it, and I liked it for us. I liked it for now. I want to start, though, by kind of just saying quickly how it begins. This first phrase is a really crucial one. I think it says, "Consider what the Lord has done." And when I think about the past month and a half, it's easy to miss what God has done and not live in that reality. But the Lord has been doing things, and I think that for me, I'm getting to the point now where I'm an extrovert, so I'm already kind of stir crazy when this order came out that we had to stay at home. But the longer that I'm away from being able to be kind of with you guys regularly with normal kind of large group and life group stuff, we got Zoom, but Zoom can be tough and limiting in certain ways. It's easy for me to be more frustrated than taking time to stop and consider what the Lord has done. And that's kind of one of the challenges I want to leave for you all today, is to be able to take time, consider what is the Lord doing? What is he doing in you? What is he giving you time to do? Now, I know most of us now, we have, even, if you didn't have schoolwork before, you probably are starting to get some schoolwork now, but you still have probably more time with your family, more time to be physically active or be invested in prayer or reading your Bible or what have you. Maybe connecting with different family members. I don't know. But if we don't stop to consider what the Lord has done, we miss out on maybe what he's doing in us. And as we look at the rest of that passage, it's really an interesting thing, because it says, consider what the Lord has done, right? It says what can straighten what God has made crooked, basically saying, listen, God's the one who's in control. If he has done something a certain way, do you think you have the ability to shift that? And the answer obviously is no. But then he makes a contrast. Says, when things are good, be happy, but when things are bad, consider this. And I love that kind of difference there that Solomon makes when he writes this, is he says, listen, when things are good, be happy. Whether it's, we talk sometimes about, is it easier for you to go to God when things are good or when things are bad? And whether or not it's easier for you to go to God when things are good, when things are going good, it's easy for life to feel good. It's easy for you to be happy when things are going good. But when things are going bad, and for many of us, to some degree or another, this is kind of where we find ourselves right now. He doesn't just say, be sad, right? And he doesn't just say, kind of, well, pray. He says, consider this, right? Because for some of us, it's easy when things are bad to say, like, okay, well, I need God. But that becomes kind of like a really mushy thing that doesn't have any substance to it. Instead, let's think about this. He says, consider this. And then what he says is really interesting. He says, listen, God has made the one as well as the other. He says, God's made the good things and God's made the bad things. So it's more than just saying when things are bad, kind of go to God in some kind of generic sense, though going to God in our trouble is good. But it's going to God and recognizing that there's something foundational that we can stand on. there, because God is the one who is under and for everything, right? He's made this season that we live in right now. We may not like it. We may wish a lot of things were different, but God is the one who has made it. And that makes it really unique and really special for us. So this is the passage, verse 14, it ends right down here. I'm glancing, my Bible's in this direction today. It says, therefore, no one can discover anything about their future. And that can be frustrating, right? Because a lot of us, we'd like to we want to know that we can trust in something. We want to know that we'll have something we can rely on. For many of us, a month ago, our lives got thrown off. And the things that we thought we could depend on, we couldn't depend on. I had pre-ordered a video game that was released at the end of March, and when I pre-ordered it back in January, I was like, well, for sure, this is going to be easy. I'll just pick it up on the day, and done deal. But you know what I couldn't do? I couldn't pick up that game because the store that I bought it through wasn't open. The things that we thought we could put our trust in, we can't in the same way. But what Solomon says here is, listen, God is the one who is in control. He created the season and the time that you are in right now. And so you aren't going to be able to figure out your future. And that's going to be okay, because you can trust in the one who actually is in control of every step you take and is going to be creating and providing the ground for which you take it on. That's pretty exciting, and that's pretty good news, but it's news that I think for us all takes discipline and prayer to get into, because it's not natural for any of us, really. Well, hey, that's kind of the thought that I wanted to leave you all with today, and to ask this simple question is, can you trust God with your future today? Can you trust God in your uncertainty? To remember that when times are good, be happy, but when times are bad, remember that He is in control. And we can go to Him when times are hard, but we can go to Him because He is the one who is in control. We don't plan our futures, or we don't get to control them anyway. We can make our plans, we can do our best to be responsible, but He's the one in control. Well, guys, I look forward to talking to you again soon. Hope to see you at life groups on Wednesday night, or at high school large group again on Sunday evening. Take care. Have a great day.